Happy holidays, guys. I hope you guys have had a wonderful Christmas. Um, and I hope you are enjoying the holidays with your family. Tonight, we're going to talk about a couple of things that I've been seeing on the media that I have an opinion about. I always have an opinion about something. So, Episode 8, let's go. So, in the true spirit of Christmas, and since we're celebrating Jesus' birthday, I want to take us back to Bible days and ask a question. Are you your brother's keeper? Are you your sister's keeper? Are you your friend's keeper? I saw this thing in this post on Instagram, the neighborhood talk page, where apparently a girl went out with a couple of her friends and she got drunk and she had sex with a random guy. And in her mind, her friends should have shielded her from that. What do you think about it? So, this is a text to her friend. I just feel like as my friend, if you see me doing dumb shit while I'm drunk, then you should stop me. So she said, even though you all know that when I be sober, I be embarrassed about that touchy feely shit I be doing while I'm drunk. So I don't even know why y'all would even let me do that to a stranger, knowing I would have regretted and knowing I have a boyfriend. That's just so weird. Y'all not my friends for real, and this shows. And her friend decided to blast her on Instagram, shows what kind of friend she is for real. And she said, my homegirl cheated on her boyfriend while she was drunk, but she won't take responsibility for her action. Listen, I pride myself in being a good friend, no matter what. Like, me go loyal to you, me go check dead for you, me go always check for you, me go always check you when you're wrong, me go always, point out when you're doing funny shit. And I feel like this is a true testament to what kind of friend this girl is to her. If I'm out with my friend and I realize that my friend is drunk, we're all having fun. And where I drink, and I realize that my friend is drunk and my friend is acting out of character, then I'm going to reel her in, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Someone said on the media that y'all are not girls for real. And it's quite dangerous because we can acknowledge in any other context that drunk women cannot consent to sex. So why would you let your drunk friend go and have sex with some random man if she isn't in a state where she can consent to doing so? And that is so true. Why wouldn't you reel in your friend? Why wouldn't you see your friend doing something that they wouldn't normally do, or something embarrassing, and say, friend, come here, so come sit down. Friend, you need to stop drinking now. Friend, you are doing some shit that you're going to regret in the morning. Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you tell her that, oh, she needs to what you say? Take responsibility for her action. I mean, she's in a different state of mind. She's not herself, and while we can understand that, adults really should take responsibility for their actions. I mean, if she knows that when she drinks, she become a certain way, then maybe she not to drink. But I mean, things happen. Things happen, and if you're in the presence of your friend doing some shit that you can prevent, why not prevent it? Some of y'all are haters for real. We understand fully that, she's an adult and she did what she did and she should take responsibility for it. And I know her boyfriend is not going to take that excuse either. Her boyfriend is going to think that, listen, you drink and you could control the liquor and you got have sex for me. Me not forgive you for that. You should take accountability, whatever. We understand from our boyfriend's perspective. But as the friend that was there on the spot with her, why would you let her? Like, you don't really not like on a friend them, on a don't like on a friend them. Some only just their own people because they have spotlight on them, maybe because they have little money, little fame. You not like on a friend them because there's no way I would be out with my friend. My friend got drunk and I do some shit, and I'm gonna be like she do what she do, in a business. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. It says somebody else says sadistic friends will have you doing the most messed up stuff just to enjoy in your pain and humiliation. Somebody, these people don't happy with themselves. They don't happy with themselves, and you want them a friend, and them see you a strive. Things are going for you, and them just want to break you down. But sometimes it's the subtle stuff that subtly affects you. And you really have to be careful, and you really have to true. That's why I'm always sing the praises of Good friend better than pocket money. Good friend are always better than pocket money. Having a good friend improves the quality of your life. This other commenter said, let's keep it a stack here. People love to make excuses on why they said or did certain stuff while drunk. No, you wanted to do that. You're aware when you're drunk. People just be bolder and like to blame alcohol. For example, you kiss your friend while drunk. You've been wanting to do that. And I feel like comprehension is lacking in this generation because, yes, we understand that people get bolder when they're drunk. You know, people do things where they really want to do, or people, the things where they wouldn't normally do in a them natural sober state. But you understand that alcohol or drugs of any or drugs or whatever, anything like that, alters your state of mind. So if you are a rational, sensible person and in your sober state you wouldn't normally act a certain way, drinking alcohol can alter your mental state and make you do things that you wouldn't normally do things out of character, do things that aren't maybe aren't isn't right. How do we know that as adults? So if you know that as an adult and you know say your friend a drink and she's not in her right mind, why would you allow her and then say, oh, you did really, that you did want to? Okay, so why she didn't want to do that? You know, right, if she do that, she have a man. Be the voice of reason for her. That's what friends are for. Another person said, if you can't be responsible for your own actions when you're drunk, you shouldn't be getting drunk. And I agree. I agree 100%. If you know, say one time I drink and I do this and I never really like how I feel. I was embarrassed and I shouldn't have done that. Then you know that the next time you go out is either you don't drink or you drink a one cup or you just know say, you know, you go get something that is non-alcoholic and you go just hold a vibes. Sensible adults should understand that, all right, the last time I did this, I didn't like the outcome. This time I'm not going to do it. Understand. I understand that 100%. But if for some reason you went behind that and you drink some liquor and it looked like you got act the same way again and your friend is there, your friend should be the voice of reason. I don't know. That is my stance. That is my stance. As I said, from the boyfriend stance, him can say, bro, you know so you stay when you drink. Why you drink? You shouldn't do that, really, blah blah blah. We can say that if we weren't there. Like if my friend did something like that and I wasn't there, that is what I would say to her. You know, say you shouldn't drink because I saw you behave when you're drunk. But if I am there on spot in the moment while she's acting a fool because she's drunk, why wouldn't I step in and help her out? Why wouldn't I step in and say, look here, our time for go home now? He goes on to say, I don't know if the law says you can't consent if you cheat on me while drunk. It's your fault for putting yourself in that position, knowing you had. Alright. In my natural sober state, I have a resting bitch face. I have a look that is unapproachable. I have an attitude that says stay away from me. That is how I naturally am in my sober state. When I'm drunk, I feel like I become friends with everybody. I'll be in a space and they will go over to a girl and say, oh, you're so pretty. Or, you're alright. Like something that I wouldn't normally do. You get what I say? I make friends with people just right off the bat. When in my natural sober state, I don't make no friend with nobody. I don't want a new friend stay far from me. And that's how I am in my tipsy or drunk stage. And I understand. And sometimes when I come out of that stage, I feel so embarrassed about it. And I say, like, then people must say some enough. Then people must say, so she did stay, oh, she enough. So, like, I know how I feel after. So we try to, make sure say I have either my man around or my friends around we can just reel me in or whatever. But I have fucking good friends. Kudos to my friends every time. Make sure say them around with them can say, alright, Tamara, you do too much. And I feel safe in their presence knowing that, if they're out with them, they're gonna take care of me. And if um they're out with me, I'm going to take care of them. I don't understand this concept of, oh, you did what you do what you do because you want to do it and you're a big woman, so I'm gonna allow you to do it. No. You take care of each other. I mean, if you really care about somebody, be their keeper. Take care of them. It's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to be a good friend. It is really not that hard. Someone who needs to do better or stay far from people. Because someone who do good. All right. So on that note, I want to segue into the fact that some of you guys are really haters. Like, I don't know what kind of childhood traumas you guys went through. What make uno, you know, big adults, and some of them don't have no things. Some of them don't accomplish and they're still hateful. I don't know, brazen with the hate. I have this video on Instagram that not Instagram, on TikTok that went kind of viral, and I was asking, how did you know that your friend actually hated you? And I told a story. And even after that point, when I was in that situation and my friend did that to me, I did not realize that she hated me. I still, held her to high regard. I still spoke to her. And it was a small, subtle thing that she did that, was the straw that broke the camel back. And you say, oh, the girl, is not for me. The girl is not for me. I'm going to need to stop dealing with her because she's a hater. Like, how wanna just hateful? So, you see the people, them, I put up them, pajama pictures, them Christmas PJ pictures with them, them family, them little family, them boyfriend and them kids. And well, I hate on it. And I haven't seen any of those pictures that didn't look good. All of them look cute. It no matter if it's a 1 day man or a 1 week man or whatever, all of those pictures look cute to me. And I liked all of them. I mean, I said people are post on them page, oh, them soon break up and by February it's gonna be a different man. And so what? So what? Make people live how they want to live. Make people gratify themselves. Make people do what they want to do to feel good about themselves. They always say this, let people cap in peace. As long as they're not hurt nobody, let people cap in peace. People them want post, like them happy, let them. Why does it bother you so much? I see a man, them a post. I see a woman, them a post. Why it bother you so much? Like, me see some people I say, oh, today is Jesus' birthday, and some people I make it about them. What the hell? That is so crazy to me. Why you can't happy for people? When so like you guys sit and wait and pray on people's demise. You never yet see people post something and say, oh, that's nice. That's nice, and I'm happy for them. It's always, I wonder where them do forget that. Or I wonder where them I go through. Them are going like them happy on the ground, but they're not happy. Or it is you guys going to a fake page, creating narratives and sending in stories that you never had to, or it not really go so. You just feel like you don't want to bring down the people them, and that's why Shanzi and Nina sued the page where they post something about them. Someone forget it, man. People forgot to the full length with Uno when you fuck with them because you're too hateful. If you are someone who cannot be genuinely happy for somebody, if you are somebody that has nothing good to say about someone, you can never give somebody a compliment. If you are someone who has to join in someone's demise, and if you are someone who cannot let a friend or a family member tell an exciting story without giving your input or what you have that is better than what they are telling you, you are a hater. If you are somebody who, like somebody was telling me a story when I made a post today that she saw a girl post that, oh, someone man I buy on a Bridget and Pandora charms for Christmas, and on a man need to do better than that because that is something way me buy for myself. And so what? So what if that is something you buy for yourself? Those are thoughtful gifts. And if a man buy a woman one of them gifts there, he thought about it. He spent money. So what? I don't nobody tell us if you don't have no man to buy you nothing. Girl, you buy them thing there for yourself. And the next girl man buy her it and you feel the need to hate on it. That is something me buy for myself or the man need to do better. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You are a hater. Seek help. Go see a therapist. And somehow no, it's like the worst type of haters are the one them will have things. The one them will have money. The one them where you would think say used to things. But then feel like a them alone for have it. Nobody else for have it. You are a hater and you need to go see a therapist. You need to go seek help and you need to remove yourself from around people and stay in isolation. I want somebody to answer this question, like really answer it intelligently, so that I can understand that when a man wants to be in his child's life, but he no longer wants to be in the woman's life, what what makes you feel like you should spite that man by not letting him have access to his child? I need to know. So you're in a relationship with a man, you got pregnant, the relationship don't work out, you parted ways, the child lives with the mother. Naturally, the child lives with the mother. Um, the father wants to be in the child's life, he wants to come around still. You know why you doing it? You know why you move on with his life, in the next girl. But he still wants to be in his child's life. What makes you not want to have him in your child's life? What kind of chemical imbalance are going on in your head make you feel like if you keep the child away from him and then you call him a deadbeat because he know why you? I mean, when a man breaks up with his child's mother, he no break up with him child, Do you guys understand that? He break up with you and you are not a single mother. You are a single woman because this man is trying to co-parent and you won't allow him because you are bitter. We need somebody to answer that. I always want to hear it from someone else's point of view because sometimes in some places, I may say like mothers struggling with, babies that them have feeding them a ball and them all over the place and them can't manage and like, my head me I say, why when time man want to keep them picking, mothers not give them? Like why do you want to deal with this all the time? You want always to have like we love our children wholeheartedly, but sometimes it's hard. It is really hard to take care of a child by yourself. So when the baby father want in the picking life and the baby father want take him sometime and the baby father want have him sometime, why don't you let him? I mean, if he is responsible, if he's a responsible person and the woman named very responsible and you have there's no red flags right there about the safety and the health of your child. Why are you keeping this child away from his father? Somebody answer that for me, please. I need to know because I feel like I'm sick in on the head. I'm sick in on the head. And most of the reason why I'm behave so is because you guys had that child to hold on to the man. And now you realize, say, he in a old man again. Man left you and him gone and you feel like, oh, I can spite him. You don't spite him, you spite a child. And the child is going to grow up and realize who was the problem. Child will grow up and realize who was the bad parent and he's going to resent that person. That's why a lot of kids don't have good relationships, especially boys, don't have good relationships with their mothers because they grow up and they realize that their father did a try. And another thing is, money is not the only thing that um, grows a child or take care of a child. If you got pregnant for a man that wasn't rich and you know, he never look at work and he lose it, and now he is unable to help you out certain ways with the child. But he is a great father. He, comes around and he teaches the child what he or she needs to be taught, and him help out, him change diapers, him do everything in his power to make sure that he is in his child's life. Why would you call that man a deadbeat? Because he not have, certain monetary, value he gives to you. And it's not that he has it and won't give you. Him not have it. Him don't have it, but him a try. Some of you use that to keep a child away from his father as well. Or him not give me no money and a long time him not buy nothing for him, so him not make him see him. But he wants to be in the child's life, he wants to be a father, he wants to help out in other ways. Why don't you let him? I mean, I understand. I don't understand. And video on I saw this video on Instagram with this girl. She was saying that she would never put her child's father on child support. And her reasoning was that um she has to maintain a friendship. She has to maintain a friendship with this man for 18 years. She has to maintain a friendship with him and she doesn't want a breakdown in the relationship. Now, while I can understand certain aspects of what she said, I don't fully agree with her 100%. Um, I do agree that, I mean, if a man is unable to help out monetarily in a child's life and he wants to be a father, he should be allowed to. I don't agree that you should put a man that you know cannot afford certain things on child support. I agree, but she did sound a bit out of touch. And I read in the comments where they were saying that she has no kids. So, first of all, she has no experience with something like this because we do have some cases where the devil a man and he beg you to get pregnant. Oh, I want a child, I want this, I want that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And you have the child and he is absent completely. He not do nothing and him have money now, help you now, help you with the time you want him left him just doing own thing. There are different cases and scenarios where you have to, put your foot down and say, all right, this man can do this, but him not do it. So I'm going to put him on child support. So while I can understand that you have to maintain a friendship with your child's father, and we don't want things to get messy and yucky and in a constant battle with both parents, I can understand that part, but it did seem a tad bit out of touch. I mean, if a man refuses to take care of his child, why would you even want to be friends and amicable with him? You get what I say? But there are levels. There are levels, and we don't want to sound like pygmies or whatever, but you have to judge a man by his character and by the merits of his actions before you take certain stances. So don't put a man on child support that you know that him cannot. Him definitely can't help you monetarily, but he's trying to be there in other ways. A man like that, put on child support because you don't want to break down, the relationship. No, him resent you. No, him can't live because you decided to drag him through the courts. Don't put a man that is trying to be a good father on child support, but you do put a man who decides to go spending money in a dance hall and floss and endorse like clothes, shoes, and decides to him just now gonna take care of him child and he's going to leave the responsibility on you alone. But yeah, that is my stance. And I also feel like you guys get bitter and even when a man is taking care of his child, you still put him on child support. Why would you do that? Him already a take care of him child monetarily everything. And you go put him on child support because you feel like say you forget more for yourself. No, I am one of those females who think that the child support money should go towards the child. You were not supposed to have said. And then I saw this other thing in the media where this man was saying that if he is your child's father and you live in a house with the child alone and he's paying rent for that house. And in your mind, you want to say, oh, he might pay the rent so his child can have a shelter over him head or whatever. But he's also helping you out. So you have to respect that too. So the man was saying that if he is paying rent and utilities and all that for the house that you live in, but him at the end of the day, and he doesn't live in the house, it is disrespectful for you to bring another man in that house. I agree with that because why this another man may come in your house can't pay rent? Why this other man may come in your house can't pay utilities and your bills and take care of all of that? Make him do it. And then make the child's father take care of the child alone. And then this new man where you're there with now take care of you. But if you have your baby daddy who you are not with, still taking care of you, still paying for household shit, and not just taking care of his child, it is disrespectful for you to bring another man in the house. I don't know, I have a lot of opinions on how the silly games that women play with men that want to be fathers to their kids. I have a lot of opinions on that. I don't agree with most of the things that women do and the lengths women will go to make sure that a father has seen child just because he have a new girlfriend or just because he left you because it never work out. And some of you were toxic and some of you really have the baby. So hold the man and talking about that. This is some things that I made about um athletes and women trapping them with babies. I may have said to myself, if a man doesn't want a child with you, why are you having a child with him? If you are having a one night stand with a man, if you and a man has not established a relationship, why are you getting pregnant? Why are you laying down and having sex with a man raw? And I know we want to always put the blame on the man them and say, oh, him know when did I do, him know when did I get himself into. We as well know what we are do too. When a man want to push him raw penis in a way, we can tell him say no, use a condom. Why do we let him And then why, when he ejaculates in us, or when we realize him gonna do that, we let him, and then baby come, and wanted belly come, and the man say, no, I want to pick me, and we decide, say, we're going to still have the picnic. Like, I am pro choice. I am pro choice. I don't give a fuck. If you have to get rid of it, get rid of it. If you don't want it and you're going to be a single mother, get rid of it. If you choose not to get rid of it, be prepared to take care of a child by yourself. And do not force a child. Is it just like, oh, when we don't want a child, we can just say, all right, well, God, I can get rid of this child? I feel like if a man say, it is 50-50. I feel like if a man said to you, say, all right, you're pregnant, you're in your early stages, I do not want a child, I feel like it is something you to think about getting rid of it. If you don't want it, I don't want it. I don't, like, make my mindset different. I know that some people say, getting an abortion takes a toll on their body and all of them something there. And that is why may say, we still have to think in the early stages. Don't tell me say him go there unprotected and him should have known say you would have get pregnant. Didn't you know you would get pregnant? Did you discuss with this man? What if I get pregnant? Are you going to want a child? Are you going to take care of it? And I say, we don't have instances where men will tell you, because they money are demon. We have instances where men will tell you that, oh yes, I want a child, and then when you get pregnant, then turn the worst person to you, and then them tell you say, oh, that should happen, no want that. Like, there are cases like when I make statements, they're not blanket statements, they're not general statements. I'm just, you know, talking about things case by case. I mean, I say if the case is you're having a one night stand with a man, or you just decide say I go give a look a one man a little piece. Why are you having unprotected sex with this man? Why you make this man coming in? Why you feel like say if you miss a period and you find out say oh you might be pregnant and this man say I don't want a child. Why you feel like if you back and forth with the man and in a problem with the man say no want to pick me? Do you want a child? If you want a child, you can bear that child on your own. That is my opinion on it. Leave the man alone. Man tell us him never want to pick me. And you should have more sense to know say if you have unprotected sex with a man, you might there's a chance you might get pregnant. Is this man someone who you want to procreate with? No. Brother. I'm gonna stop it, man. I'm gonna have some dirty style with in a life and never always look out on it. I'm going to always have these unpopular opinions and we're not gonna put on the side all the time. I'm gonna have better sense, man. Make better decisions. Chrissy and her ex baby father, ex boyfriend are in the media again. This time it is basically about a gift that his new girlfriend gave him. Apparently, the new girlfriend gifted him a picture frame with a um, portrait of his son and him, and he posted it on Instagram. And Pretty Chrissy felt the need to comment. And I've been following this girl, Pretty Chrissy. I don't know her personally. Um, Both of them seem to be influencers. They have a good amount of following, and apparently they were again together for years. It seems as if the relationship allegedly ended bad, and they are no longer friends. They are no longer amicable. And there's something that I noticed that every time his name is what BK Finest or BK Finest. That's his name on Instagram. I noticed that every time this man gets with a new girl, it is almost as if Pretty Chrissy has to have an input. I mean, I don't want to say she's bitter. I don't know her personally. I don't know what they had. I don't know what brought them to this place. I know I'm new followers of these people. But I feel like say every time he has a new girlfriend, she has to inadvertently make a comment on whatever it is he has going on. And she will always say, oh, I'm not bitter and I'm not, her disclaimers will always be, oh, I don't want this man and I don't this and I don't like this man and I don't care who he's dating. But, girl, all I have to say is let that hurt go. Let that hurt and that man go. If we can agree that you do not want this man and you're over him completely, why do you constantly have to comment on everything that goes on? new thing that goes on. Like, I understand that it might be these gremlins on social media. I send you posts and I send you things and I show you the things them. I understand that some people might do that, but do you have to make public posts on your page about it? I mean, if it was me and me there with this man and I resent him so much, I would ignore his existence. Like nobody would even know say me and this man I used to do. It would be so easy for me if this man not call my name. If him not call my name and me hear it out of him out to talk shit about me, I would have nothing to say about him and his situation. So that's why I'm saying, obviously you're still in a place of hurt. I know you lost a child. Her child, I think her child will be 11 now, and she lost him. And basically, in her post, she was saying that she didn't agree with him, using her child, which is also his child too, um, for clout. And she was basically saying that he was allegedly the reason why her son is dead, and all of them things there. But in my mind, may I say, the girl that he's with now, how would she know that? How would the girl know that? I mean, if they were a new girl now and the girl realize say he lose a child and maybe him a portray that, he's so hurt by it. She don't know say she don't know how it play out. And he like say, oh, this would be a good gift for him for Christmas because, we're matching pajamas and the dog in the matching pajamas. It would be nice if we had his son here and his son would be in a matching pajamas with us too. Unfortunately, his son died, and I feel like it would be a good gift to gift him um, this portrait. I don't know again if she knew all the details because again in Chrissy's post, she did say that she withheld a lot of information and she never talk about a lot of things and she was saving him. But I'm saying in my mind, how would his new girlfriend know that? She wouldn't know that, so she give him it and him post it. And why do you feel the need to comment on your page this long ass, I not even want to say paragraph, a stanza them there. And then at the end of it, you said it's on site. To the point that you want to fight the man, bruh. I feel like you should let that hurt go. Ignore this man's existence. And I know if you have friends, or if your friend them good to you, or good friends you have in your life, but you know if my friend was in a situation like this, first thing I said to her is, friend, don't make them see you. Like, don't let these people on social media see you sweat. Don't make them see you sweat. If every time something comes up with this guy, someone sends it to you in your inbox, block them. Me and her, you respond and you say, me and one day again, me I say me that for. But don't let people on social media gas you up to make a fool of yourself. And I feel like, in truth and in fact, even though she say she have feelings for the money and whatever, it's giving obsessed. It's giving obsessed. I'm in no way telling you how long to grieve for your child. I'm not talking about your child and how you feel about whatever. I'm just saying you don't have to comment on everything or shade him on everything that goes on. You can ignore everything you do. Make him feel like shit. You don't know the power that ignoring someone has. I know that power. People hate when you not acknowledge the tomfoolery when them a do. People hate when them can't get a rise out of you. When they tried to get a rise out of you and then don't get that satisfaction. Same man, girl, let that hurt go. Let that hurt go. And if him want to change woman and there the next woman next week and then in a matching clothes and then in a good Bali and then place there, take pictures and couple pictures and whatever. Don't comment on it. And the people that want to send you the stuff to your inbox, shame on you. Shame on you. Stop sending the girl. Like, she has a child that she lost and she's hurting and it is a sensitive topic for her. Don't send her nothing about the man. Leave the child alone, man. Leave the girl alone. Not send her nothing about the man. Not tell her nothing what him go on with. Don't make she feel like she happy. Make a comment. And I would hope it's not your friend them are sending things. Because one time I hear Richard say on our page when like should I say when fake page post nothing about me and never none of my friend them send me it. I always some random strangers like my friends don't send me negative shit. My friends don't send me negativity. My friend them not gonna send me nothing where go upset me. Leave the girl alone, man. And Chrissy, I hope you find peace. Because we understand how losing a child can take a toll on you. And I understand the hatred you might have for this man, but let the hurt go. Ignore his existence. Stop making him feel like he can get a rise out of you. Because as you said, you say him have Peter Pan syndrome and he can't grow up. You be the bigger person then. And just not say, I saw him stay and him not gonna change. And keep your peace. Popcorn say him unruly. And obviously, one don't believe him. And it look like him don't even believe himself because him don't realize say some of the things they him do is unwarranted and very unruly. So Popcorn held the unruly fest a couple of days ago in St. Thomas, and apparently he was upset that the police came to turn off the event at 5 a.m. So I've been reading comments and I've been seeing that persons like basically people that say he got um, a permit extension up to 4 a.m. And while the event was being held, the police, the superintendent or whoever did it, allowed him to go until 5 a.m. And it caused an uproar um, between him and the security forces. At the event, to the point where he went and he took the mic and he said, the police officer move up because them bad mind and that's why St. Thomas will never become better because when all the youths them and they get them might try to something to uplift, they might try to hold them down. And, this is really a kind of dunce narrative because in truth and in fact, where is the order? And this is why we have to look on things. We have to step outside ourselves and look on things. I have been to events, stage shows where 3:30 lock off. Chris Brown come in the other day and Chris Brown event lock off what? Sometime after 2. And he had multiple acts on that show. And at some time after 2 it lock off and he's an international superstar that came here that would have brought a lot of money to the country. Same event lock off. Right? Um if you are keeping an event and you um get a permit that says it should lock off 4 a.m. right? And you get little leniency and at 5 a.m. the police come and him say, all right, we have to lock it off now. Why you feel like you have to in an argument with the police about that? I mean, why didn't you tell yourself, say, all right, me get up until 4 o'clock. I am going to schedule say me gonna manage the time for each artist well or the production manager, whosoever, organize the event. Why they never tell themselves, say, all right, we're gonna manage the time better so that each artist get this amount of time so that at 4 a.m. the event can knock off. Why you never think to do that? Why you tell yourself say, oh, because you name popcorn and you are this and you are that and you are this up to St. Thomas. It's a galang, galang, galang. And me see people like me, I back it and I say, all when the event keep out a bush, them still a fine. It and a bush it keep. Not because I St. Thomas a bush, because I have had multiple people say where I work, no people live at St. Thomas anymore. And them I say, they could hear the event loud and clear from their scheme, a poor man's kind of scheme. So I never in a bush, and really and truly, it was affecting persons. You get what me I say? So, I mean, we understand that certain events, like some fest, which I think is held by JTB, Jamaica Tourist Board, we cannot compare an unruly fest to a some fest because really the government of Jamaica keep it. In a sense, they can do anymore. You get what I say? But I mean, if you get a time and you get an extension. Why you not grateful for that and say, all right, them say a time now. Just take the mic and say, people, them say I eat that, even if you feel a little way about it. We have to act better as ghetto youths. We are use this ghetto youth thing too loosely. And a people where rise above them ghetto community. People like Popcorn them. You come out of your ghetto community, you lick head with the top them, you have your money. This ghetto mentality. Step out of it. And just like racism, we know that there are people who are racist against black and brown people. know that, but I know everything a racist sees him. I know every time a black person and a white person have an altercation, a race. It's not every time a racist them racist why them do this or racist them. Just like I know every time when the police come to do them job, I hold them a try hold them get it. But I have to change that narrative and somebody like Popcorn should have positioned himself certain way if you say, all right. If me I keep something at St. Thomas, make me lick head with somebody. Since we have my money, since we reach a heights of heights, make me go in a certain circles now where we can talk to certain people to say, all right, Unruly Fest at my event. How can we um ensure that everything goes well and we don't get no problem from the security forces? Other than doing this thing haphazardly and then the police them come and do them job and you feel like you for war with them. Man like Taurus riding up on the stage, I calm you down and I tell us if you ease yourself, Bill, and yeah, flare up on the man. Why me don't know? Popcorn has an issue with authority. Everybody in authority knows that it's like it just feel like everybody in authority is out to get him. And him have to blaze up on them every time. If you are someone in authority, if you have some type of authority in this country, and you have to come in contact with Popcorn member, and the same way him operate with every type of authority. And it is crazy, like this ghetto mentality that we have where oh them a fight down ghetto youths and they're using that narrative to not see the bigger picture, to not understand that people are do them job, brother. You get until 4 o'clock, you get a 4 o'clock permit, you get until 5, a whole heap of time that you get. Stop comparing. Stop comparing apples and oranges. I see some people that say, oh, this a event I go till this, that the event I go till this. Because them people that position themselves certain way to make sure say, all right, this is my event, I'm want it to keep like this, and this is what I'm going to do. Now he posted a, breakdown of the police officer's fee, and his caption was basically saying that him get from what, 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. But everybody with sense know say that is not a permit. You show we a breakdown of the officer's fee for the event. So when you keep something like that, you have to have multiple police officer present. And them a work outside of them normal scope. So you have to pay them basically for do that. So if you pay them to operate from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m., why you think say 6 o'clock the party for done? What time them are going to get people out of the venue safely and direct traffic out of the event and make sure say, cars are being led the right way and people are being escorted out properly? What time them are going to do that? You never pay them to do that after 6. It's say from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. The police breakdown. Post the permit. Now, if you post the permit and the permit say you pay for 6 a.m., then fine. But if on your side now, I'm going to say, all right, see, the man pay for your 6 a.m. permit and lock off the man event 5 o'clock. I idiot think that. But no. Them say you get a 4 a.m. permit, which you know that permits normally go to 2 a.m. You get extension to 4. On the night, they gave you an extension to 5. Be grateful. I know everything them a try hold down get to youth. Sometimes get to youth hold themselves with them behavior. And then I was speaking to people who actually went to the event that they were saying that it seemed as if all of the acts were a surprise. So nobody never really booked. Like you have a couple artists who booked for the event, but some of the artists it was just a pop up, was just a surprise. So in a sense, there are no time slots for those acts. So now you have a haphazard event where people just come up and see them do them thing and you know manage the time well. Don't blame the police for that. Thank you to everyone who made it to the end of this episode. I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year when it comes. Um, this episode was kind of lengthy. I had a lot of things to say. But you remember to follow me on Exquisite Tingz underscore podcast. Follow me on my personal page, life of a underscore queen. You can also listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Um, yeah, you can also email me at exquisitetings@gmail.com. Email me your topics for advice, anything you want to talk about. Yeah, email me and I will discuss it. Thank you for joining me again, and good night.